Hello everyone, welcome to today's video where today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at a Neca product. This is the Neca Shredder Worms of Madness set, the 2-pack from then the Mirage comics, and I already actually have figures out. I've played with them a little bit, but I just figured I'd show the inside because it's really cool. And honestly, if there was like a poster of this, I would probably frame it because like you can see the other turtles like in there. You know what? What am I doing? You can take it out, I'm sure. Yeah, you can take this out. There you go. Pretty easy to take out. You can see the other turtles right there. This actually is frame worthy. Maybe cut that part off and make it straight. Probably cut the top. So maybe you could frame I'd cut the bottom off and then put it up. Because I do that. The artwork's cool. I love the Mirage stuff. It's my favorite turtle stuff. Even though it's probably not the most popular version of the turtles, it is my favorite version of the turtles. And then you just have all the artwork for like the Shredder stuff, all that, all the Eastman and Laird. You got stuff on the back showing that he can be paired with the turtles, beating the shit out of them, or he's right there, or you can have him with all of his enforcers and foot soldiers and everything. And then you got teases of the line, which are all already out, right? Karai, I have that April. That is Raph, I think. That's Leo, because he's got a sword on his back, and that's Donnie. And then there's Leatherhead. But yeah, so I picked this up at Walmart. It retails for about $60, I believe. I picked this up at Walmart on clearance for $25. I was like, yes, I'm going to... Sorry, I had to stop the recording for a second there. I got a call. Let me just fix the camera a little bit. Adjust it. I know, it sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. But yeah, I got these guys for $25. And they retail for, I think, $60 for the pack because NECA figures are usually about 34 to 36 range, I believe. So, yeah. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the cooler one, in my opinion. Yeah, he does have a weapon in his hand. These are not how they come. They come fisted, but like I said, I was posing him up. This guy is awesome. I probably am going to use this guy as like an enforcer because I'm probably just going to use this guy as Shredder because it's obviously Shredder. And if you don't want to, you don't have to make him like the worm clone, which I will not probably be doing on my shelf. I'll probably just use him as a regular battle damage Shredder. Because the worm storyline, while fun, it is a bit out there. And plus, I mean, I guess I could, but I just kind of want to fill up the ranks of all of the foot soldiers and stuff, so... yeah, these guys are pretty well articulated. No butterfly joints or anything like that, but you get what you expect with NECA. You get some ab crunch. I was expecting a twist there. I really hope they start adding more articulation because, as is, you're not getting a lot. And on this guy's not doing it, but this guy, you move these up, and that happens. It cracks the cod piece, which, I mean, it's not breaking the figure technically. I mean, it kind of, it technically is, but it's, like, not really affecting stability or anything, so I'm not going to complain too much. It gives me more movement. But, yeah, I mean, I would wish for... The leg range is pretty good. The ankles, these are scary. I need to heat these up. I know with NECA you want to heat them up. The hinge works fine, but the peg in there that lets it ankle rock scares me. And then you just have ball joint up there. No swivel or thigh swivel or anything like that. The arms go, well, well, I'm going to have to fix that now. Testing that out, it went too far. I need to get some super glue because I'm out. But that's just an easy fix, so don't worry about me. But, well, that sucks. I guess you could do it to both, right? Yep. So that's really easy to do. Don't worry, I'll just super glue them back on or get some really hard resin or something and put them back on. Or I won't put them back on at all because I'll use this as an enforcer, and it's probably better to not have these on the enforcer anyway. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's got spikes all over. And yeah, this guy's cool. I like him. But technically, this is probably the better figure. You get more movement out of him. Those shoulder pads aren't going to fall off. If you wanted to, I guess you could put these shoulder pads on him. I mean, wouldn't make a lot of sense. But what in the Turtles does make sense. Like I said, they both came with fists on, but I had them with their weapons, so. That's another thing about NECA. I really wish I could have these guys doing more cool weapon poses, but, I mean, as is, you kind of just get them in a one pose, and then you leave them there because there's only a couple poses that really look good. From the waist down, besides this piece, it's all reuse, all the same figure. Honestly, the top chest area kind of looks reuse, just without all the scars all over it. So no matter how you cut it, this is a new piece technically, but they just added like the scarring and all of the, you can see the rough detailing and stuff because he is made out of worms. He is a clone. So yeah, he's pretty cool. And for accessories, you get all the hands. You get two sets of, for both of them, two sets of these hands, which these are the human ones. Let's move these guys out of the way. You get the human grabbing hands. And you do get a set of all of these. You get two of these guys. One of them's on the figure already. Same with this gripping hand. One of them's already on that figure. You get two karate chop or saluting hands, however you want to use them for this version, for that one. And then you get the same for the non-armored up version. And then you get two fists, obviously, for both of them. And then you get, obviously, two more fists for this guy. And then you get the two grips on this guy that are already on this guy. And then I also have a grip and an open hand on this guy. And then for the weapons, the armored up version, I think this is what goes with him. I mean, you can use the sword. You can use either one with both of them. I really like this thing. It's really cool. I don't know what you call this exactly, but I really like it. And it's pretty cool. And it's fun to pose with. And then the other things you get are the katanas, which I believe just go with the normal shredder, but you can use them with whatever you want. They're nice. That's the one thing about all these figures is the detailing is just so nice, and you can tell what they are meant to be, like the comic book version of the characters, and I like that. And then last but not least, you get the best accessory from any set ever, a worm. I wish he came with like a hand or something, or like a peg hole where you could put the worm that was like crawling out. That would be cool to just show, yeah, he's made out of these worms. I guess you could do something like this, have it like coming out like that, maybe. Since this is a worm clone, we're not gonna make that work. But I figured, real quick, we'll do some size comparisons with some other little animals that I got, and we'll start out with the other wormy character. I have this Mega Bloks Caterpie, because Caterpie's my favorite Pokemon. And I just figured, look, that's the size comparison for him. And then, here's a Marvel Select Rocket Raccoon next to the worm. And then, here's, I forgot his name, but here's him next to the worm. Dr. I'm drawing a blank right now, but here he is, next to a worm. Here's a normal Krang next to him. Very similar colors, which is cool. And then, yeah, you just get a bunch of the turtles. A lot of the turtles characters do come with the animals, which is really cool. Like, you get this was with Mondo Gecko. And then you get this guy was with Splinter. And then he got 4 of these guys. So, they all do come with an animal. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them come with animals, which is pretty cool. I wish that Slash came with one of his animals. Here's a Charmander next to it. Here's a Pochita next to it. Here's a Jokerfish next to it. Here's a Lego Throg next to it. Here's Marvel Legends Dragon. It's the same mold as Lockheed, but I don't think it's Lockheed. And then here's a Mezco Starro. Here's a random Toad from the Toad figure, which I really like these guys. I can't find my brown one. My brown one disappeared. Yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to do that. I don't know. Those are not gonna, that I can almost guarantee that will be lost immediately, but whatever. But yeah, these guys are cool, and I really like them, and just remember they are really hard to play with sometimes, NECA figures. are very easy to break. So just take it easy, careful. Like I obviously did so well at doing. Yeah. So for size comparisons, this is kind of weird because the unarmored version looks taller than the armored version. So that might just sell the illusion even more that this is Shredder and this is an Enforcer. So that's cool. So we're going to get some comparisons up in this biatch. And we're going to start out with Neca, of course. We have the Neca Splinter first. And yeah, he's unopposed, but he's stands about that tall no matter what, so it's okay. And then here's the Neca Slash. Which, he is short, but he's short but mighty. Let me move the camera a little bit over, and you guys can actually see the fucking thing I'm doing. Sorry. Yeah, I think they all look good together. This is from Mirage, this is from Archie Comics, but I feel like the Archie comic Slash, honestly, looks gritty enough to fit in with the other Mirage stuff. Here's Mirage Casey Jones, which I'll be getting the new Mezco Casey Jones soon. It's in my pile of loot. Can't wait for that. In the Mirage NECA April, which is my favorite NECA, or not favorite NECA, but my favorite April figure. I love this figure so much. She's not the best figure ever, but I like this look for April a lot, and this is the version of April I think of. A lot of the times, if I'm not thinking of the 80s version of April, this is the version I'm thinking of. So yeah, they look cool. And then for a little bit of more Mezco stuff, well, we haven't done any Mezco. So, Mezco Leo and Mezco Donatello. He's all kitted up with a bunch of different electronics and stuff, but there's what they look like. And this is the Fury Toys and not Donatello figure. The only one I have for now. But yeah, he looks pretty cool next to them. This would work. Here's the Mezco Batman. Yeah, that would work too, honestly. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm not a huge Shredder fan, but I think these Shredder figures are probably my end-all be-all Shredder figures. I don't need a lot more. I'll probably get a Mezco eventually, but in the future, the only Shredder figures I'll probably be getting are like the crazy, wacky ones. Like the 2003 Shredder, I like that Shredder, but besides that, there's not a lot I love. I don't have my Skeletor out, but we'll do a couple other iconic villains from other franchises. Here's Cobra Commander. Here is the Mafex Joker. He looks pretty cool next to him. So yeah, these are 7-inch scale, but Shredder is a big character, so you can get it to work. Here is the SH Figure Arts Daima Vegeta. Let me know if anyone actually watches the video. Let me know if you want to see a video on him, because I haven't done one on him yet. Here's the SH Figure Arts Romance Dawn Luffy, the best Luffy figure. Well, the best 6-inch scale Luffy figure. I know the Imagination Works are really cool. I honestly really wish that, what's the company that does the really cool Demon Slayer figures? The cloth good ones. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, I really wish they would tackle One Piece so that we could get like soft good shorts Luffy. And then here's a couple other villains I love. Here's Zimnu. I know he's big, but Zimnu's my boy. And then probably the most, in my opinion, up there next to, I mean, Thanos at this point is pretty iconic, but I think Doctor Doom is the most iconic Marvel character, up there with Magneto. And then for me, I'd say Ultron or somebody like that. But yeah, great villains. I love them. And then we'll do a couple heroes just because I like to. Here's the Marvel Legends. I can't think of his name. Agent Venom. And let's be honest, he would fleece this guy. Agent Venom would destroy Shredder. And then the Marvel Legends, Miles, the original one. I have him rescuing a baby. I thought that was kind of cool. I don't have any other characters like rescuing babies or anything, like doing actually anything heroic, so I like him like that. And then here is a Captain America that I kind of made, like a Nick Fury, future Captain America. He becomes Captain America in like the time where, yeah, I don't know, I made him. I also have another head I put on there. He's not always has that head. It's usually a different head, honestly. And then we have the Gameverse Captain America, the best Marvel Legends Captain America. Yeah, we have all. That's all size comparisons I think I would need. Oh, well, here's a Marvel Legends Wolverine just to see how short he can look up to a 7-inch scale character. And here's a Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Scott with the classic X-Men 97 head on. So that's what they look like. Yeah, also one more. Just because I think I'm going to use these guys as like my robot foot soldiers for now until I get more foot soldiers for this. And since they're red, it'll work. We'll do two, just to see what he looks like surrounded. Yeah, this is going to look nice, having the bat soldiers from G.I. Joe. That'll look cool. Um, yeah. Yeah, that's everything, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you can. I also forgot one more size comparison. Here's the YOLO Park Transformers AMK. I don't think it's a Pro. I think it's just AMK. The Megatron. It doesn't. You don't need to do this in the scale or anything. This is not a needed figure to compare to. But I just love this figure. I love this figure so much. It's so good. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day. Be kind to each other. Be safe out there. I know everything going on in the world is kind of crazy and scary, but if we just band together, we'll stop this madness eventually. We'll rise up above it all. Love each other. Be good to each other. Practice good values, please. Please take care of each other. Do what you can to help other people. And yeah, have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.